What's up, guys? So what is a doing business as name, and what do you need to think through before choosing one? In this video, I share a bit about my experience having a DBA and go over some of the advantages of having one, and go over some things you ought to think through. Welcome to Private Practice Skills. I'm Dr. Marie Fang, psychologist in private practice. I post videos offering tools I learned the hard way about starting and growing private practice so that you don't have to. First of all, what is a DBA? It's short for doing business as, and it's a secondary name that you can use for marketing purposes for your business. So for example, my legal business name is Marie Fang PsyD, but I have a DBA called Life Christian Counseling. So for any purposes that fall under the legal realm, I use Marie Fang PsyD as my business name, but when it comes to things like marketing on my website and materials like that, I use the name Life Christian Counseling for my business. So some of you might be wondering why there could be any value in choosing a different name from your own name when setting up your business. And though it is true that your name is your brand in many ways, and that you'd like to build up a sense of trust in your local community with your name, there are several advantages to having a DBA that are worth considering when starting private practice. Though this is not a comprehensive list, these are some of my favorite advantages to having a DBA. First, SEO advantages. Now, I haven't heard many people refer to this as one of the primary advantages to having a DBA, but it has by far been the biggest advantage for having a DBA for me in my practice. Now, if you're hearing me say SEO and you have no idea what I'm referring to, I have an entire video breaking it down, and I'm not going to get into it here. So you can check it out in the description box below or find a link up here and watch that first. If you're strategic with your DBA name, then it can really give you a boost when potential clients are looking for you in a Google search. If you have keywords in your DBA that clients might be typing into Google, it can make it a lot easier for them to find you. I mean, let's face it, unless I become uber famous someday, potential clients are not very likely to type in Marie Fang when they're looking for a potential therapist through a Google search. But given my niche, some of my ideal clients might be typing in something like Christian Counseling or Christian Counselor San Jose, and my DBA of Life Christian Counseling already nails a couple of those keywords right in my business name. So Google might see my name and match up those keywords with that potential client. And double advantage, that potential client might see my name and already get a pretty good idea of what I'm about before they've even clicked to my website. Now, in order to work the SEO game using your DBA name, it's super important to do some keyword research. So check out my video all about using keywords to boost your SEO for your marketing strategy. I will also link that below and stick it up here. Advantage number 2 of having a DBA name is that you can build a brand. For whatever reason, when potential clients see that official DBA Life Christian Counseling name on the internet, they think I'm more official sounding as opposed to if it was just my name. That's just the way people operate. It looks like it's a more official corporation and people immediately have some sense of trust built in. Now, another aspect of building your brand that goes along with having a DBA is that whatever brand you build is forever tied with this DBA rather than your personal name. And that brings us to advantage number 3, that you have room to grow your practice if you wish. Even if you think you might be a solo practitioner forever, it's possible you might change your mind. And if you've been marketing yourself as just your first and last name this whole time, and then you decide to grow your practice, well, it's going to be a little bit weird still using your name. You're probably going to change your name, and then you kind of have to start over with your branding. But if you've already picked a DBA, even as a solo practitioner, you can just keep building that brand you've already created while adding new practitioners into your practice. Be sure to check with your city and state about the laws and process of selecting a DBA name. It really can vary depending on where you live, and so even some of the details I mentioned here might look different for you where you live. Of course, you can create a DBA name at any point. You don't necessarily have to create it right when you launch your practice, and I certainly would hate it if you felt like you just needed to pick a random name without putting in the research just because you're getting started. So feel free to take your time knowing you can always change your name down the road. And if you don't ever go with a DBA and you like to stick with your first and last name as your business name, know that there are many other ways to build your SEO and build your brand aside from your DBA. And in fact, this is really just one teeny tiny component of the entire branding and marketing process. I'm curious, do you use a DBA name for your practice? Leave a comment below and let me know. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well. And if you're not familiar with what SEO is, I have an entire video such as if